for Razorback fans, all eyes are on Alex Collins, who has himself a choice. Should I stay or should I go?
So senior night here for Piggott. So it's a pretty big game. We're going to have a lot of highlights tonight during sports. A playoff spot on the line, the Rice Bowl trophy on the line. So much on the line tonight.
This ball game is over.
That was the voice of A-State legendary broadcaster Bill Keedy, who sadly passed away this morning.
Yes, it was against Missouri State. Yes, it was a bad opponent. But you know what? You go 21-24 for 255 yards and 3 scores in your very first career college start. Man, you've earned the player of the game.
To football, after a 52-28 win over New Mexico State, Arkansas State clinched at least a share of the Sun Belt title for the 4th time in 5 years. All 4 titles have come with different head coaches.
The crosses are no longer on the A-State helmets. Let's take a close look at what we got here. Now, we still have the initials of the 2 players that passed away, but there is no cross.
Hey everyone, I'm Kamen Entchev. If you believe in Billy Goat or Babe Ruth curses, then Theo Epstein is the cure.
This has become the biggest rivalry in the Sun Belt. If you've been watching Region 8 sports the last couple of days, you've heard from the players. You know, they weren't kidding. It's a big game, and they were honest about it.
Take the Red Wolves basketball teams, the football team, and the volleyball team. Arkansas State's a perfect 32-0 in Sun Belt play. Coach Miller has had so much success at Waubonsie Valley that he's got his own trophy section known as Miller's Row. Neuqua Valley's Kevin Cordes might be running out of room because whether it's at the Olympics or at the World Championships, his swimming medals keep piling up. When you dominate high school soccer as much as these two did, it's no surprise that they're successful at the next level. They're 2 key members of the Chicago Red Stars.
Well, it's appropriate it's Halloween today. This is our Halloween-themed Red Wolves recap.
I would have loved to see Griffey go unanimous. You know, when I played baseball in middle school, I used to imitate his swing, the sweetest swing.
Almost.
Jeff Pagan turned 58 today, but unlike most people his age, he's a national champion powerlifter. A journey he started many years ago.
First started lifting weights in Mexico. I got married and my wife and I went to Mexico. We served there as missionaries for 17 years. The missionary that I trained under was actually a head football coach of a local university.
Pagan bought his own weight set from Walmart, and when the coach saw his progress, he asked him to be the team's weight coach. Pagan's team won 5 straight championships, and from there opportunities opened up to travel around Mexico as a weight coach.
Myself as a missionary, this was very interesting. They would always ask me, well, how much do you charge for this training? I said, oh no charge, it's absolutely free. I said, just for every 45 minutes of teaching that I do, I want 15 minutes of personal time with your players. And they were all like, hey, that's great.
Pagan came home to Jonesboro in 1999, where he continued to lift weights, but never competitively, until we saw in the newspaper that in 2011, a man his age and his weight class had set the Arkansas bench press record of 285 pounds.
And I looked at that and I thought, well, that's strange, because I was doing 3 sets of 10 at 275 in just my regular workout. So I thought it was a misprint. But I investigated and found out, no, that was the Arkansas State record for my age group and my weight class. And so I jumped in, started competing.
In his first meet, he broke that record and eventually went on to Raw Nationals, where he won first and set 2 more records in the process. Pagan only continues to get better because he's still relatively new at the deadlift and squat weights.
I really hope that within the next 2 years, if I can maintain the course that I'm on, when I turn 60, my existing lifts right now, I'll hold 3 of the 4 possible world records from my age group and weight class.
Pagan does all this in his free time. His day jobs include working at Pagan's Jewelry, driving school buses, and being a full-time pastor. But he's showing no signs of slowing down.
My first and foremost goal is to stay healthy. After that, I would truly love to go to an actual world competition.
Pagan benches 352.5 pounds, his deadlift is 462 pounds, and his squat is 446 pounds. One man that proves age is just a number. Kamen Entchev, Region 8 Sports. Bob Granado and Dan Granado are brothers who coach together for the Neuqua Valley Hockey Club.
Well, Dan and I work together, and so at lunch, we have a family business, and at lunch we're constantly talking hockey, who scored last night on our team, or we're talking NHL or college.
I mean, growing up, it was hockey all the time. Whether we grew up on a pond, whether it was on the pond behind our house, or whether it was in the basement, beating each other up in the basement, or my cousins in their basement. We were always playing.
It's a rich hockey tradition that started with their cousin Tony Granato, an NHL star that scored 248 goals in his 14-year career.
So my cousin Tony, who's the head coach at Wisconsin, he went to a Blackhawk game. My grandfather had Blackhawk season tickets, and he went to one of the games and said, "I want to play hockey." And that's where it started. He started playing, and then we all were dragged to his games and watched him, and then we all wanted to start playing.
Tony was actually roommates with the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
And we were able to go to the morning skate to see them practice. He called us down into the locker room. We got to meet the whole team, Wayne Gretzky included, which was, for an 18-year-old kid, was the thrill of my life to get to meet him.
Tony's sister Cammie was great too. The 1998 gold medalist became the first woman to be inducted into the USA Hockey Hall of Fame.
You try to hold the standard that my cousins have set by playing in the Olympics and playing in the NHL and do things the right way.
And that tradition has been passed on to the Granato kids. Bill, the son of Bob, played for Neuqua Valley and now helps coach the JV team.
Yeah, we all talk hockey. There's a lot of inside jokes that we tell throughout the season. Really, it's just in our blood. We love talking it. We love being around each other.
And his younger brother Ben is the second leading scorer in the Illinois West Conference, helping lead the varsity team to a 26-3-2 record.
It's kind of cool because most families are not able to they don't know what it's like to have a parent as a coach, or a parent as close to the team as I have, and just makes it cool. You get to relate to them on a different level.
The Granatos, a hockey family bonding together and winning together. For NSW, I'm Kamen Entchev. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kamen Entchev. Both Red Wolves basketball teams are 3-0 in the Sun Belt as they took on rival ULL. It's not a Red Wolves game without John Brady talking to the ref. A-State led by 4 at the half, but would start 0 for 14 from the floor in the second half as ULL would go on a 17-0 run to start the half. But here come the Red Wolves. Devin Carter with the awesome putback. He scored 25. Then Dante Thomas with the jumper. That's good. He added 20. Red Wolves down 58-55. The problem was stopping Sean Long, who taps in his own miss right here. He had 25 and 15. Fast forward to the finish, 15 seconds left. Red Wolves down 1, but the missed free throw, Frederick Duray comes up with the offensive rebound. They swing it around off to Sean Gardner with the fake, who takes it to the hole for the three-point play. 71-69 A-State. Everyone's fired up. ULL down 2, last chance, 3 seconds left. The three's up, and it's no good. The Red Wolves win 71-69.
And down tonight, 13 with whatever it was to go, 8 minutes to go or whatever the clock was. And to come back and win this game, our team showed a lot of character and toughness.
Before that, Khadijah Brown-Haywood and the ladies also took on ULL. Early on, Brown-Haywood off the dribble, and she pulls up for the jumper. 2-0 Red Wolves. Then Drea Gamble on the drive, and she dishes it to BIC zone. Brittany Fowler in the corner for the 3-ball. Fowler had 9 points. Time running out in the first quarter, and Brown-Haywood hits the jumper to beat the buzzer. She had 25 points and 18 rebounds. A 27-point first quarter for the Red Wolves. Then Fowler with a great pass to Amanda Lawson. She had 22. Second half, Khadijah to a cutting Lawson right here for what would be another 3-point play. They're fired up right here, the 2 stars for the day. The Red Wolves win big, 83-56.
So to get this win, especially with that margin, play that well defensively against that quality of a team is really good. One of the things I was so uneasy about is just how quick their guards are.
To the other side of the state, the Razorbacks are coming off a thrilling overtime win over Vandy as the Hogs look for back-to-back SEC wins against Mississippi State. And today it was all about the 3-ball for Arkansas. First half, Jabril Durham with one of his 12 assists to Anthlon Bell, who buries the 3. He made 5 threes and scored 25. Then it's Dusty Hannas with a deep 3. He made 8 threes on the night. finishing with the game-high 26. Then more Razorback threes. This time Durham gets in on the party. That's good. Then some good ball movement, and Anton Beard hits a three of his own, of course. The Hogs were on fire from downtown. Arkansas makes 16 out of 24 three-pointers. Here's Bell with, how about this? Another from the corner, and then back to Hanna's right here. Of course, he'd make another three ball right here. Arkansas wins 82-68 to go to 8-7.
We were fortunate to win the game. We made some shots, and Dusty, we know when he gets going, he can get it going. He's always screwed up my practice because he makes multiple shots, and we saw that tonight. Bell continues to play in a really, really good groove.
In big Arkansas football news, Buffalo Bills assistant offensive line coach Kurt Anderson will take over as the new Arkansas offensive line coach. With Anderson's assistance in 2015, the Bills led the NFL with 2,432 rushing yards, or 152 yards a game. Speaking of Hogs football, how about this? Former Razorback Niall Davis takes the opening kickoff of today's first wildcard playoff game and just bursts through the holes, and he's gone to the house for a 106-yard kickoff return touchdown, the longest kick return in a wildcard game. The Chiefs win 30-0. And what a game for the Red Wolves. They're 4-0 in the Sun Belt. The men's team playing with a lot of heart. 2 close wins just this week. Amazing.
What a day for him. That's always good news. Yes. Thanks, Kamen. Stick with us. We'll be back.
Hey everyone, I'm Kamen Entchev. We start with the War of 204 and a pair of top 10 teams as Waubonsie Valley hosting Neuqua Valley for the first time since 2002. There is 7th-ranked Waubonsie Valley and 8th-ranked Neuqua Valley. Scoreless first quarter, but in the second quarter on 4th down, Tanner Westwood over the middle to Josh Lemoyne for the 30-yard score, 7-0 Dub V. But Neuqua responds. Jake Eskoff throws it up to Isaiah Robertson, who takes it away from the defense to tie the game at 7. 14 all in the third, and Cameron Rawpaw bounces outside for the short score, 21-14 Neuqua Valley. 24-17 now, less than 2 minutes left, and the Wildcats D comes up with the stop. Neuqua goes to 3-0 for the first time since 2012. Another battle of unbeatens as Wheaton North hosting Naperville North, who can already surpass last year's win total. Opening drive for the Huskies, Luke Siegels continuing his hot start. A beautiful pass that Nick Kilgagno pulls the ball out of the air and goes all the way for the 50-yard TD, 7-0 Huskies. Second quarter now, Siegels rolling out and finding Mitch Lewis for the 4-yard touchdown, 20-0 Huskies. Later, Eric Wright for his second touchdown run. The Huskies win to move to 3-0. More football, Naperville Central taking on Mattia Valley. Second quarter, Patrick Ryan steps up in the pocket and delivers a perfect strike to Tommy Coyne for the 34-yard TD, 14-10 Red Hawks. Later in the half, Peyton Thorne goes one way, then another, makes some shifty cuts, and finds his way to the end zone for a 17-14 lead at the break. Third quarter, A.J. Deinhardt breaking tackles left and right and rumbling into the end zone for a 20-yard TD, 21-17 Naperville Central. 28-25 Central now, 4th and 7, last chance for the Mustangs, and the incomplete pass. Central gets its first win of the season. Bennett Academy looking to win back-to-back road games at Marion Central Catholic. First quarter, Jack Snyder on the screen pass to Marty Dozen, and he does the rest for a 16-yard score, 7-0 Bennett. Later, Snyder to C.J. Brick on the slant for another TD, 14-3 Bennett at the break. 14-10 now, 17 seconds left in the game, and Danny O'Malley with the huge pick. Bennett holds on for the 14-10 win. And finally, North Central College beat Weber International 38-21 and remains 9th in the latest D3Football.com poll. North Central travels to Illinois Wesleyan on Saturday night. That's sports.